Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yeshua, Bashem HaKodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, to the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who risk their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as were the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name's Yakalio, and I'm from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp. And this video is about the wicked, the state that we're in right now. Us, the Israelites, we're currently servants to the wicked. And the wicked are these Edomites, these so-called white people. And it was ordained to happen that we would be subject to the Edomites. It says it in Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. Right? So the Most High gives the kingdom to whomsoever, and has given it to the basis of men. And those base men are the Edomites, and they're these so-called white people, and they're currently ruling. Okay? In the book of Revelation, chapter 20, right? It says, starting from verse 1, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and that angel is Yahushai. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And this is talking about the so-called white man, Esau Edom. All right, he's referred to as all of these things within the scriptures. Okay, that dragon, that old serpent, which is of that spirit back in the book of Genesis. The devil, because he's the great deceiver, and Satan, because he's the great adversary, and bound him 1,000 years. And that bounding of 1,000 years was after their Roman rulership, okay, which we serve captivity there as well. And then they came back in their so-called Renaissance period, which it says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So he's back again. Okay. He's back again, and he's in that little season right now, since his Renaissance period, the rebirth of the so-called white man, the rebirth of the Edomites back into rulership, really. And since they are the wicked and they're in rulership, the world is completely wicked. Okay? It is completely wicked. And they show you daily. I was just scrolling through my YouTube. Well, it's reset now. But I was scrolling through my YouTube, and I seen brothers, talk on this situation at the Olympics, which is their greatest, as in Esau's greatest representation of the sports and whatever else. And they do a whole opening ceremony theme, which I'm sure it is filled with witchcraft and clearly wickedness, as you're able to see from this image right here. Okay, this is what they promote. Now, if the Lord's holy chosen people actually return to the land and were in rulership, then these things wouldn't be allowed at all. These ways are completely against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yeshua. All right. So it is clear to see that, what does it say? That that the wicked are in rulership. All right. And you also know that the wicked are in rulership because the people mourn every day. The state of the world is in a state of chaos and turmoil. Okay. Filled with depression and mass suicide, right? Because the wicked are ruling. Okay, and even though people take on to the ways of the wicked, those ways are not beneficial unto them. So they're still affected negatively, all right, even though they live in it and they enjoy it you know, it still affects them, and they're mourning, they're unhappy, they're sad, all these kinds of things. But when you look at this image right here, it's just filled with abominations and filth, really. But this is Esau. This is his way. This is his lifestyle. Okay, so really, when you see these things, it isn't upsetting, but you must also understand that this is how the Lord hath ordained it to be. That the world must be like this before the return of Yahushua. Okay, and also while all of these things are going on, you have the development of the system to usher in the mark of the beast, which is that microchip. All right, and Lord willing, this is also the final Olympics, because this is what, 2024, and the next one would be in 2028. But if so be that it comes, then that's just what it is. Okay, that's just what it is, right? But the world is constantly becoming wickeder. Like, there was a certain point that it would be unfathomable to even show such things for the Olympics. But now they do it very openly, and they do it constantly at this point. It is very much the norm in this world at this point, but that's how it's supposed to be. Okay? Seeing the world become more vile is how it's supposed to be. And so, Second Esdras chapter 15 and verse 1, it says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for their faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that's referring to you Israelites, as only we can be saved. Salvation is only for us. All right? So when it's talking about the unfaithful, it's referring to the Israelites that don't believe in Yahweh Shem and Shai, those that are meant to be destroyed. Behold, saith the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So it says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the cup is overflowing of the wickedness. It has exceeded where it was supposed to be at. So right now it's at a level in which it is ripe for destruction. And this situation that happened over there in France, France is an extension of America, right? All of the countries that are part of the beast and the 10 horns. In Revelation chapter 17, it talks about the beast. It talks about the whore that rides the beast. And that whore is America. And she's riding the beast, which is NATO. And then it talks about the 10 horns, which is the European Union. And those 10 horns and the beast, they are completely and fully aligned with America. Actually, in Revelation chapter 17, it says at 17 and verse 13, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Okay, so they're of one mind, right? So they're all as one, okay, working together as one unit. So these kinds of ways that you see, okay, are very heavily represented in America, but also in Europe, in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Germany. All of these places, man, all of these places are just like this. They promote it because those are especially Edomite dominated places, right? And then also these ways have spread to the heathen as well, because when a nation is in rulership, they're in power, so their ways are going to become the ways of the world. And so because their ways are wicked, we have this on full display. All right, and do not be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna say it like this: the black looking individual with the yellow hair and that red dress is not a woman, that's a man. Okay? Yeah. So yeah, man, this is the way it is. And it says that the exceedingly polluted, right? And it also says, in the book of Isaiah, it mentions that the earth is defiled because of the inhabitants. And it also mentions that the curse has devoured the whole earth. And that's just a predicament that we're in. But I have great news for those of you that do believe, because Yahweh Shemeshai is going to tear it down. This kingdom cannot stand, right? And Yahweh Shemeshai is going to take Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, out of rulership. The scriptures say, know this not from youth. Where is it at? The hypocrite. Job chapter 20 and verse 4. Knowest thou not this of all, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So it's all for a little season, right? Just as I'm read in Revelation chapter 20, it's all just for a little bit of time. The state that we're in is not a permanent state of being. We will eventually be delivered. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. And for some, the most exciting part is having the law, statutes, and commandments written within us and not being able to go off again, because, when we went off, that is what, in Deuteronomy, it lets us know. But Esau's rulership is fleeting. It's only for a short time. And these things that we see and that we're experiencing, it's all going to come to an end very soon. And that's very yappa. So, while it is that we do see these things, it is what it is at the same time. It's important to focus on as well your main goal, you individually, repenting, praying, fasting, doing the things that you need to do, and just really just praying and hoping to Yahweh Shemeshai that you're part of the elect. Let's see. And as I mentioned before, this situation is happening in France, but trust and best believe it is by way of America. Okay? That is all joined hand in hand. They're all joined in hand to hand together. And America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. And America is going to be destroyed the same way how Sodom and Gomorrah went out. Okay? And of course, those other places such as France, etc., we'll see how the Lord deals with those places afterwards. But first, the judgment is going to happen to America. And it says because America has these same sins going on. So I'm just going to bring this out anyway. Okay? In Revelation chapter 18 and verse 5, it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Shemeshai hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, in the cup with which she hath filled to her double, right? So, by way of America's ruling, these things are happening, okay? And the state of America is that it is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. And as you can see, it says reward unto her double, because the cup is filled, okay? So judgment is at hand, man. Judgment is at hand. So worry not, because the Lord has everything sorted out. We will only have to bear this for a little bit more time. So with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemeshai, Bashar Kodesh, Shalom.